West Ham are officially Boyle Sports champions in 2025. What a thrilling game that was. It was amazing. Sorry I didn't do the watch-along. I didn't want to put myself through it. But we're going to talk about the game. But before we do, as always, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe. And don't forget, drop a like on the video. That's the most important bit. Yeah, I did make a bit of a prediction before the game, which is why I didn't do it. And this was before I saw the lineup. I said the first 75 minutes of the game were going to be absolutely tedious and boring. Absolutely tedious. I said we'll probably be a goal. I did say we'd probably be a goal down because we won't create much. And he'll make changes in the last 15 minutes. Positive changes. Well, he had done himself there, didn't he? Fuck me. Yeah, but luckily for him, it came off. It worked. Yeah. We started with the wing back system, the back five. Well, we played that for the whole game, but we had Diouf on the left and Wan-Bissaka on the right. We had Areola in goal. We had a really good game today. My goalkeeper, love him to pieces. We had Todibo, Kilman, and Aguirre as a back three. We had James Ward-Prowse, Freddie Potts, and Paqueta in central midfield with Fulkrug and Bowen up front. This is how we're going to start against Sunderland. In fact, the only change that we're likely to see is Potts come out and Alvarez go in because James Ward-Prowse ain't moving from that team. He's ever present. We're building our team around this bloke, all right? Well, the first 45 minutes was terrible. It was shocking. It was shit. It was turgid. It was awful. It was so bad. It was everything that I remember from last year. What difference a fucking goalkeeper's going to make to the way that we're playing? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Is he going to bring the ball out of goal and carry it up the fucking field and do... I don't know. Because it's boring. So boring. And it went exactly how I predicted it would go. I can play you the WhatsApp note that I sent on the group an hour before we kicked off. It was terrible. Bowen crafted his own chance. He sort of knocked a defender over out on the right-hand side and then ran through it at an acute angle and shot when he probably should have squared it to someone. That was one chance that we had on target in that game. And the other one was Bowen again crafting something over on the left-hand side, cutting it back to, sadly, James Ward-Prowse, who missed the target from about 12 yards. So James Ward-Prowse, who had about 12 set pieces today and created fuck all. Yeah, nothing. Dead first half. We conceded because there was a lovely denked ball over the top to Olivier Giroud. We was playing a bit of a high line and Aaron Wan-Bissaka didn't hold the line, so he found himself in space, had his back to goal, controlled it, left foot volley, top corner, absolutely beautiful finish from Giroud, really good goal. But again, individual errors. We're going to be talking about individual errors again, you know. Thankfully, it weren't Areola this time. It was a player that West Ham fans love and they wouldn't dare blame. But this is what we're going to have. We're going to have individual errors playing Potterball. We just are. You've all seen my video about that. So it's not going to go away. We're always going to have them, even from our better players, you know. Second half, we come out, no changes, and much of the same. We looked like we had a little bit more urgency, but Lille were 1-0 up. They were 1-0 up, you know. They were just sort of trying to sort of defend it, really, at that point. They weren't coming at us in the same way that they were in the first half. Sort of invited us on. 75 minutes, it's still 1-0 to them. You know, we hadn't really sort of bothered them that much. Not really. And he makes changes on 75 minutes. He brings on Kyle Walker-Peters, Guido and Souček. Not Guilherme. Oh, no. Not Alford. Oh, no. Guido, Souček and Kyle Walker-Peters. That's who he brought on 75 minutes to get us back into the game and to win it, which, look, we did. We scored a goal at the end. Again, Souček involved in the assist on this one. So I think Bowen won the ball back on the right-hand side of the goal. Souček's on the byline. He cuts it back into Fulkrug. Fulkrug finishes it 1-1. Bowen had a bit of a good shot as well, which wouldn't have counted in the Premier League because he controlled it with his left arm. But he crashed it off the fucking bar. I think it was saved as well, so it was sort of tipped onto the bar. Really good shot. But like I said, it wouldn't have counted in a competitive game because he did control it with his arm. Yeah, it was dull. I'm not going to dress it up. It is pre-season. It went to penalties. They missed their first penalty. We scored all of them. The next ones, no, we missed our first penalty, Fulkrug. So we went first. Fulkrug missed. Then Areola saved the last two. So we ended up winning. Really good saves as well. Like I said, my goalkeeper, a wonderful moment for Areola. Really good. I'm glad he got a chance to do that. It was faultless today. Made a couple of really good saves as well. Really good. So yeah, like I said, look, welcome, Mads Hermansen. But this is what I've been saying to you about being excited about that signing. I don't know. I want something that's going to transform the way that we're playing. I don't think that anything will. I think we could bring in Mbappe and Messi and stuff like that. We're going to play that style. That style of football is what we're going to play. We're not going to see wingers. Like I said to you, Guilherme is going to rot. Somerville, when he comes back, is going to rot. We're not going to use these players. We're just not. It's going to be wing back play, and and I do think that Diouf will definitely get some success because he can whip a mean ball in with his left foot. He's got a beautiful left foot, a left foot kissed by God. But yeah, did you enjoy watching that? Let me ask you, did you? And I know you can say, "Oh, look, it's just pre-season." It's just the same as what we was last year. There's no difference in the way that we were playing, except it's more defensive because we're now cemented in that wing back setup. And what that wing back setup means is that at any one time we've got 8 defensive players, outfield players, because wing backs are defensive first. So you've got 3 centre backs, you've got 2 wing backs, that's 5, and your 3 midfielders are a shield. And then you've got 2 blokes up front. Well, quite often 1 bloke because you had Fulkrug dropping deep. It's really defensive, really deep, really unbalanced. It's going to be very difficult to score against us. Incredibly difficult to score against us. We're laying a fucking roadblock like I've never seen. So we're not going to concede many goals. So that's good. That's good. But yeah, it's more defensive than Moyes' ball. It really is. I'm sorry. I hope that, something happens in the window. We can bring some players. Like I said to you, I don't know what. I don't know what is going to, because it's all to do with the philosophy of the manager and the way that he wants to play. James Ward-Prowse is his key player. He's the first name on that team sheet. He's never coming out. If we bring another player in, it ain't going to be him replaced in that fucking starting lineup. It ain't going to be. I mean, it's nice to see Jedward broken up, although was reintroduced in the last 15 minutes and it won us the, got to see the Boyle Cup. Yeah, like I said, I'm not raging because it's a meaningless game. I just, and I didn't really care either when I was watching it. I was a little bit emotionless, really. So I'm sat there watching the game, just like talking to me son, going, it's just the same old shit, isn't it? It's the same shit. Just glad I'm not there. I'm glad I'm not over there. You do, because at least you can kind of, lose yourself in something else when the game's really fucking grinding on you. But no, look, for me, boring, dull as dishwater, shit. Well done to the players for coping in that system and crafting something to get us a goal back. Without Bowen, we'd be fucked. We would be. Bowen is the only player that gives us really anything up front. Fulkrug done all right. He done all right, but for large portions of that game, he kind of just goes missing. But Bowen is if he gets injured, my God. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that's making me feel like we're going to be any different to what we was at the end of last season for the last 6 months. We didn't see Alford. We didn't see Fearon weren't even on the bench. Casey's gone out already. We're not going to be seeing the kids. It's not going to happen. He had the opportunity. This is a nothing game. He could have brought on a few of the kids there, but he didn't. He didn't even bring on Guilherme. He brought on fucking Guido, Souček, and Kyle Walker-Peters when we're 1-0 down. Imagine if he does that in a competitive game, which he will. But like I said, my prediction before the game was that he would switch it up and do what he did against Man United. Because all anyone ever remembers about that Man United game is that final 15, 20 minutes, and you end up like a goldfish. That's all you can remember, because that was the last thing that happened and it was exciting. So you forget the first shit 70 minutes, but he didn't. He did that, and you're just like, fucking hell. So look, We won. Well, we drew, but we won on penalties. Well done, Areola. Proud of you. I hope you retain your number 1 jersey, personally. And I hope that Mads Hermansen has to fight you for it. I hope he has to do that. I know there's a lot of people that want you out of goal, but not me. Not on this channel. You know, I'm a staunch defender of Areola, as I have been. I mean, we're being told that Areola's got to go because he makes mistakes. But the new bloke, when he comes in, we've got to expect mistakes and not get out with him for it. Because it's okay if he makes mistakes. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Areola is an amazing shot stopper, so I don't get it. It's great that we've got another goalkeeper because we couldn't have Wes as a number 2. But for me, at the moment, until I've seen this guy and until Areola deserves to come out of goal, Areola's my number 1. Personally, that's how I feel, you know? Anyway, look, that's it from me. I'm going to speak to you later. It's not ruining my weekend. I'm going out for a curry. Come on, you irons.